Good morning, dear student. Before I am going to start the lesson, I will ask some question. Name some important dynasties of South India. Already you studied in first semester, no? Shatavana, Pallava, Hoysala, Kadamba, etc. Now, you know Asian dynasties of North India? Don't know. Today I am explaining chapter 12 Asian dynasties of North India. Now Mauryan Empire. Mauryan Empire. The Mauryan Empire was the first empire of India. Chandragupta Maurya established the Mauryan Empire. Chandragupta Maurya established the Mauryan Empire 2300 years ago and made Pataliputra was his capital. And Megasthenes was an ambassador. He wrote a book called Indica. In his book, he recorded his experiences. Vishnugupta, you know who was Vishnugupta? Vishnugupta, or again one name was Kautilya, was the Prime Minister of Chandragupta Maurya. He also wrote one book. The book name was Artha Shastra. After the Chandragupta Maurya, who ruled the Mauryan Empire? Bindusara ruled Mauryan Empire. Bindusara, after his son Ashoka, was ruled Mauryan Empire. He was a great king. He was holds a unique place in the world history. He was the first ruler who ruled the subjects, saying, "Subjects are like my children." Who told subjects are like my children? The king Ashoka told subjects are like my children. Ashoka's inscription. You know Ashoka's inscription where you got 17 inscriptions of Ashoka are found in 9 places of Karnataka. Among these, the Musky inscription. Which inscriptions? Musky inscription of Raichur district is important as Ashoka's name was found for the first time in these inscriptions. That inside Ashoka's title we can see which title Devanama Priyadarshini title we can see in this inscription. And also Ashoka declared Kalinga War. It was a famous war of Ashoka. Ashoka declared war on the state of Kalinga, a part of present day's Odisha state. Thousands of people lost their lives in this war. 1 lakh people were injured. 1.5 lakh enemy soldiers were captured. So in this war, Ashoka felt painful and decided not to wage war from then onwards. There is no other empire in the history of the world who has changed his mind in this way. Now, Ashoka after who started rule? The Kushan Empire. Which empire? The Kushan Empire started to rule. After 2000 years ago, Gandhara was ruled by the Kushan dynasty. Gandhara was ruled by the Kushan dynasty. Kanishka. Who was Kanishka? Kanishka was the famous king among the Kushans. Kanishka, a follower of Buddhism. He followed which religion? Buddhism. Kanishka, a follower of Buddhism, also built many stupas like Ashoka. Kanishka built many stupa. The stupa that he had at Purushapura, where we can see one stupa at Purushapura. He also patronized scholars and writers, among them Charaka. Buddha Charita, who wrote, Ashwagosha wrote Buddha Charita, Charaka wrote Charaka Samhita. Now, I am explaining about Gupta dynasty. Gupta dynasty is an important royal family in India. Pataliputra was the capital of Gupta. The most famous kings of the dynasty were Samudragupta and Chandragupta too. See, who were the famous king of Gupta dynasty? Samudragupta and Chandragupta were the famous king of Gupta dynasty. And Samudragupta got the title Kaviraja too. Now I am explaining of Vardhana. After the decline of Gupta Empire, many independent dynasties arose in North India. The Pushyaputi dynasty was the most prominent among them. Prabhakara Vardhana, Rajavardhana, Harshavardhana were the prominent ruler of Vardhana dynasty. Harshavardhana was the famous king of Vardhana dynasty. Harshavardhana was not only a warrior but also a poet. He gave importance to the poets and also Bhanabhatta wrote Harshacharita. It was a biography of Harshavardhana. And also Huyan Tsang. Huyan Tsang was the Chinese traveler. He came to India about 1400 years ago. He travelled in India for 15 years and studied Buddhist literature. He also studied at Nalanda University. It is in Bihar now also. He stayed for many years in the court of Harshavardhana. He recorded his experiences in India in Siyuki. Who wrote Siyuki? Huyan Tsang wrote Siyuki. Now, Kalkota Empire of Kashmir. The Kalkota Empire of Kashmir was one of the Indian dynasties which has efficient administration. The dynasty founded by Raja Durlabhavardhana in 625 CE. Lalitaditya was the famous king of Kalkota Empire. Now, I am explaining about Rajaputs. Several Rajput dynasties played an important role in Indian history. Among them, Gujara Pratihara, the Pala, the Chauhana and the Guhilas. Now I am explaining about Prithviraj III. He was famous king of Chauhana dynasty. Prithviraj Chauhan III was the well-known ruler among the Chauhanas. Now, art and architect of Rajput. Kandariya Mahadeva temple is in Madhya Pradesh, the Dilwara temple in Rajasthan, Konark temple in Odisha, Bhubaneswar temple in Odisha, Gwalior fort in Madhya Pradesh, Jaipur city famous and called as a pink city because all buildings of city have been painted by pink. Udaipur Palace in Rajasthan. These are the architect of Rajput dynasty. Now, I am explaining last dynasty of North India, Ahom dynasty. Ahom rulers had ruled over the part of modern Assam for 598 years. The dynasty was started by Shan Prince Sukapa. Dear student, collect the photos of Rajput temples, palace, forts. Thank you.